There we go. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. There we go. Let me turn this down. All right. Good morning. Happy Winners Wednesday. We are excited. This is the day the Lord has made, and we have every reason to rejoice and be glad in it. Come on in. This morning, I am just fiddling with a couple of things, but I'm so excited and happy to have you with us this morning. This is exciting. Good morning. Good morning. So again, I see your comments on. So I'll be looking down just in case I need to comment or respond to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Winners Wednesday. We are excited to be here with you today. This is the day the Lord has made, and we have every reason to rejoice and to be glad in it, right? To be glad in it. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning. Thanks for hopping on. I'm going to just check one thing here. We ready to go. How's everybody's Wednesday? How y'all doing? Y'all winning today? Y'all winning today? Hopefully you are. That is the purpose. That is the purpose. That's the purpose. For those of you who are just joining in and this is your first time joining in on our Winners Wednesday, I am Minister Keisha McDaniel. And God has given me an assignment to strengthen, encourage, and inspire the life givers, those who carry life, those who nurture lives, and those who have a life of their own. I'm excited to be with you, and I count it an honor and a privilege to be with you every Wednesday to share words of encouragement, inspiration, and power so that we can go forward and win, lady, win. And so today, if you notice the caption, listen. I know y'all that know me know I say that a lot, especially when I convey something that exciting, when I want to convey something that is important. I'm just like, listen. And so today, the Lord is telling us to listen, to listen, to listen. And so over the past couple of weeks, we've been talking about communication with God, right? We've been talking about ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the doors will be open unto you, right? But today, listen. Today, we are listening to what God has to say to us about where you're going. What are you doing? What are your plans, right? Insert my Bruno Mars here. What you doing? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. See, this is the Lord. Where you at? What are your plans? What have you prayed about? What have you asked God for? What have you been asking and how have you been seeking and how have you been knocking unto God? But and most importantly today is, are you listening? Right? Are you listening? Good morning, Reverend Walker. I'm glad to see you hop on today. Are you listening to what God is saying? I'm going to encourage you for a few minutes to listen, to listen. And so we are going to take a look at just one verse in Psalms, the 32nd chapter, the 8th verse. And it reads, the Lord says, I will guide you along the best pathway for your life. I will advise you and watch over you. Let's read that one more time. The Lord says, I will guide you along the best pathway for your life. I will advise you and I will watch over you. I will advise you and I will watch over you. And so, three things that we're going to get on out of your way and let you go forward and win, lady, win, as we always say. But it's three things that the Lord does for those who listen in this verse. And so, the first thing is He guides. He guides us. A guide is somebody or someone that shows the way to other people. The Lord says that I will guide you along the best pathways for your life. So you must be willing, obedient, and submitted to God and his plans and his will. Remember, he knows the plans he has for you. And we must be willing to be obedient and submitted to God and his plans, because he guides us. He shows us the way. He shows us the way that is best for us. He shows us the best path. So, number two, he advises. He advises. Good morning, Renee. He advises. How can a person receive advice? Let's think about that. How can a person receive advice from a friend, from a family member, from a trusted source, except they must listen? You can't get advice while you're still talking, because advice lends to, I have to hear what the other person is saying. And so God advises. Are you asking God and walking away before he can even speak? Because God is speaking. He's speaking all the time, but we have to take time to listen. We have to take time to quiet our spirits. Take time to write in a journal. Be intentional about the time that you spend with God, and be intent about hearing from God as much as we are about talking to God, right? John 10:27 says, Jesus said that my sheep listen to my voice and they follow me. And so as God guides us, he advises us. And so we have to make ourselves available to listen, to hear what the Lord is saying, so that we're not going astray, or we're not going in ways that we've made for ourselves. So number one, he guides us. And number two, he advises us. And then finally, number three, he watches over us. He watches over us. He watches over us to protect, watches over us to keep us safe, and to cover us. To cover us. Psalms 34:15 says, the eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their prayers. I'm excited about that, because even though he wants us to listen, he is listening out for us. He's listening for our prayers. And I'm so glad that the Lord watches over me. I'm so glad that the Lord protects me. I'm so glad that he detail of my life. I am so glad that when I can seek God, when I ask, that he is present. When I knock, he opens up doors for me. But I am more grateful that I have a God that wants to speak to me and guide me to the best plan that he has for my life, because his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are not our thoughts. He knows better for us than we know for ourselves. And so isn't it wonderful that we can put our hands and our hands and our plans in the hand of a loving God that loves us, that he won't cause any hurt, harm, or danger to come upon us, but he knows what's best for us, and he looks after his word to perform it for us, for his glory and for our good. I'm excited about what the Lord wants to do in our lives. And all we must do is listen and be obedient to his plan, his guidance, his advice as he continues to watch over us. It is our responsibility, and it is a privilege to include the Lord. It really is. We can go about our day thinking that we've got it all together, doing our own thing. But when we include the Lord, it is always better for us, because he is always speaking. He's always showing, and he's always watching over us. Our God is an omniscient and omnipresent God. That means he is where you are and where I am, and he's listening and responding to us at the same time. This is the God that we serve. And the word in verse 9, we didn't even get to verse 9, but the word in verse 9 says, don't be like a senseless horse or a mule that needs a bit or a bridle to keep it under control. In other words, don't be stubborn today, sis. Don't be stubborn today. God's plans for you are way better than what you have planned for you. Listen for his guidance. Listen for his advice as he watches over you today, whenever and wherever you go. God guides us, he advises us, and he watches over us so we can go forth and win, lady, win. I love you guys. I love you so much. And like I said, I really count it a privilege to be with you, to encourage, win, and do what God has called you to do, with purpose and on purpose. Go forth today, and strengthen and encourage somebody else's life. And even if you can't, as Tabitha Brown says, don't go mess it up for them. Here again next Wednesday. Bye bye.